research for your papers and projects, you always need to cite your sources. Style manuals are guides that tell you where and how to properly cite your sources. MLA, APA, and Chicago are three of the most used citation manuals for university research papers. To cite means to point to the evidence. You need to show where you found the information you used in your research. It does not matter what type of source it is. Whether it be film, TV, music, books, articles, even conversations you have, or any other piece of information in the world, you must cite it and give credit where it is due. You need to cite when you quote or paraphrase a piece of information garnered from someone else. There is a difference between quoting and paraphrasing. Think of it like the difference between showing a clip from a movie and acting out the clip yourself to show your audience. To show the movie clip is a direct quotation of the work itself, whereas acting out the clip is paraphrasing what you heard or saw in your own way or your own words. What about free information? It didn't cost anything, so why should I cite it? It does not matter if you paid for it or not. You always have to say where you got it. You still need to cite it. If someone used your work, you'd want to get credit for it too. Failure to cite your sources properly or at all is called plagiarism. Did you know that the word plagiarism derives from the Latin word plagiare, that literally translates to a kidnapper? We don't often think of ideas as being kidnapped, but they can be. Every thought is a product that is copyrighted by the person who first came up with it. There are many reasons to need to cite your sources. One is to let the reader know that what the original source of your information is. There are many reasons to need to cite your sources. One is to let the reader know what the original source of your information is. This lends authority to your work and lets the instructor know that you did your research. Another is that you want to let your reader identify and retrieve the sources you used for their own use. You also want to give credit to the person whose ideas you have quoted, summarized, or paraphrased. Not doing so constitutes plagiarism and is a violation of copyright law. Where do I need to cite? There are two places where you need to cite your sources. You need to cite your source in the body of your document and in a list of sources at the end of your paper. Your list of sources at the end of your paper can be called a bibliography, works cited list, or reference list. Always ask your instructor which style manual to use. If you have any more questions about how to cite your sources and avoiding plagiarism, contact your liaison librarian.